Summer can mean lots of fun things. Kids home from school, summer vacations, trips to the beach, but it also means that hot sun beating down on your house. Since we're only a few months away and we're thawing out from winter, we thought this would be a good time to talk about what things you can do to make your house more energy efficient. So today we're talking about energy efficiency and really specifically how energy efficiency relates to your HVAC system. Now, one of the biggest factors that affects the heating load on a house is the windows. And this includes any doors like sliding glass doors that have glass in them or a French door. Basically, any glass in your house is going to really increase the load on the house. So the more efficient the windows are, the lower the total heat load will be. You can do things like having double pane windows as opposed to single pane. And also, if your windows have a coating like low E that helps reduce the transmission through the window, that definitely helps make the glass more efficient as well. We actually have another video that talks about this in more detail, but another thing that helps make a house more energy efficient is encapsulating the attic. This means that the attic insulation is up on the underside of the roof deck as opposed to being down just above the ceiling, and that the attic is sealed. It's especially helpful if your HVAC system or ducts are in the attic. Basically, encapsulating the attic lowers the heat load on your ceiling in the summer by keeping the attic at a lower temperature. Ever heard about a dad getting mad at the kids for leaving the door open, saying they're letting all the cool air out? Well, not only does it let the cool air out, it lets the hot air in. Even if the door is closed, if your house has leaks in the construction, those leaks are still going to let hot air from outside into the house. This problem is easiest to address during construction, as they're able to seal up any openings before everything is finished. And there is actually a really cool product called Aero Barrier. It's basically an aerosolized acrylic that they will spray into a house while it's pressurized by a blower door. And as the air leaks out through any cracks in the house, this acrylic will stick and build up on those cracks, basically sealing them. So if you haven't ever seen that before, you should definitely Google it, check it out. It's really cool. Usually they do it during construction, but it can also be done on existing homes. You can also increase the energy efficiency of your home with the type of system you select for your HVAC. You've probably heard of SEER when talking about HVAC efficiency, and that stands for Seasonal Energy Efficiency Ratio, and it's a measure of how efficient an air conditioner is. The minimum requirement for AC nowadays is about 14.3 SEER 2. And if you're not familiar with what SEER 2 is, check out our video here about the requirements that went into effect this past January. But there are air conditioners with much higher ratings available. The system type that we like to recommend that usually has higher ratings is a variable speed or inverter system. And what this means is the condenser outside is able to ramp up or down its capacity to meet the demand of the house at that time. Usually they can go anywhere from 30% of their capacity all the way up to 100% or full capacity for those peak days. And this is opposed to a standard single stage system where it's basically on or off, 100% or 0%. And something the variable capacity does is provide more control over the temperature and humidity in the house. These systems will typically run longer, allowing them to remove more moisture from the air. But also, they help save you money on energy costs by using less energy when they don't need to run at full capacity. They do have a higher upfront cost than a base level AC. However, I think the benefits and longer term savings outweigh it for sure. With those variable speed systems, something else you can have designed into your ductwork is zoning. This is where the duct system is split between multiple portions of the house. For example, there could be a set of ducts just for the common areas like the living room and kitchen, and another set just for the bedrooms. Both sets of ducts are connected to the same air handler with a damper at the beginning of each one that can open or close. And each of these zones would have its own thermostat to control the temperature. This allows even more specific control over the temperature and humidity in different portions of the house. This helps save energy by not having to condition the entire house at the same time if it's not really needed. For example, in the middle of the day, you could have the temperature set a little higher in the bedrooms since no one's really going to be in them. Everyone's going to be out in the common area, hanging out in the living room or the kitchen. But then at night, when it's time to go to bed, you can switch it so that the bedrooms stay nice and cool overnight, but the living room doesn't really have to stay that cool because no one's really going to be out there unless someone got in trouble and they have to sleep on the couch. Just like we talked about with leaks in the house, leaks in your ductwork can affect the energy efficiency in your home too. This is especially true if your ducts are in the attic or another unconditioned space. Any leaks in the ductwork means that conditioned air is being lost before it has a chance to get to the room it's meant for. Or if the leaks are on the return side, it could mean that your system is getting hotter air back than it's supposed to, meaning it has to work harder to cool that air back down. So another good thing to do is have a company come out and do a duct leakage test. And they can also do something with putting some smoke, at least this is how they used to do it, putting some smoke into the ductwork that will show where the leaks are. And then someone can go up into the attic or wherever the ducts are and seal up those leaks with mastic and tape. So those are just a few of the things that you can look at when thinking about the energy efficiency of your home. We hope you liked this video, and if you did, make sure you click like down below and hit subscribe so you can subscribe to our channel and get notified every time we upload a new video. And if you have any HVAC design needs, be sure to reach out to us at www.procouch.net. Thanks for watching.